welcome back to a brand new episode of All Things Honor because my recording station decided to screw me over last night, so this is a little late, but we are here and we are reviewing episode number 40 of Ring of Honor TV. That's right, we're up to 40 episodes. At this point in time, we are exactly 14 days away from the final pay-per-view of the Ring of Honor calendar year and final battle. And we actually have some matches set up. It looks like we have at least 3 matches going into the card, which is really exciting. So without further ado, let's get into episode number 40. So we start off with an emergency mem, and it looks like this will be the last mem for a really long time, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So Athena does not understand how in tag team matches, her and Starkz keep on losing, but if Stark is in a singles match, she keeps on winning. She sends Starkz to get ready for her match, and she promises Athena she will not fail her. Athena then calls out the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Kingston for saying she is not pulling her weight on the show. We know that promo that Kingston had cut last week, saying that he's tired of champions hogging the show and like really not showing up. And I called him a hypocrite because he doesn't even show up to his own show. So Athena fired back, as she should. She says that her back is so heavy from carrying the Ring of Honor programming, so Kingston better watch out, especially because he's never here. But I will say he's been here for the past 3 weeks, so I am very proud of him that our Ring of Honor World Champion, has been here for 3 weeks in a row. So we open up with the World Heavyweight Champion. It is a Proving Grounds match between Eddie Kingston and Lee Johnson. And I will say that I know we were kind of hinting of Lee Johnson joining the Shane Taylor Promotions, and it looks like we kind of just dropped that entire storyline because they were nowhere to be found this match, which I thought they were going to kind of continue that story, maybe of Johnson either joining or him turning on Shane, eventually leading to a match. But it looks like we're not doing that, so I was kind of shocked that we kind of just like forgot all about this happening. And the other really cool thing about this as well was throughout the match, commentary kept on comparing Athena's Proven Ground matches to Eddie Kingston's Proven Grounds matches, saying how Athena, her matches are way quicker and she's way more dominant, and Kingston's kind of dragging his Proven Ground matches out because if you remember, it's a 10-minute limit. And if you last in a match for 10 minutes, you get the title match. So your goal is to make sure the matches are quick, but Kingston's gonna do what Kingston's gonna do. He wins here, and I don't know if he's gonna wrestle at the pay-per-view because of the Continental Classic. Kind of intrigued to see where we go with that, and don't worry, I will be the first of many complaining if our world champion is not on this pay-per-view. Next, we had the Infantry versus the Boys, and at the start of this match, I got very mad at commentary because commentary was like, well, the Ring of Honor Tag Team division is questionable at the moment. Well, see, if you stripped the tag team champions back in September when Adam got hurt, we wouldn't have these problems. So to me, I really don't know what you're going to do with this situation. I'm assuming there's going to be like some type of multi-man tag team match, maybe another ladder match. Don't know if we're holding off on that because what happened at Super Card of Honor with Top Flight, and we sadly had to revisit that footage on Wednesday, and I was like, oh my God, why are you showing this on national television? So to me, I think the Infantry definitely have proven themselves over the past year, and I really think that they should be the ones to be tag team champions. They're there every single week, working really, really hard, and especially in this match as well. So don't know what we're doing with that, but the Infantry won here. Very happy to see. And, the boys, they'll get there eventually. So next we had a Rachel Ellering promo, and Ellering says that Layla Hirsch is doing okay. She's resting up, and Maria Kanellis interrupts her. And her and Layla Hirsch both ask, what was that conversation with the Renegades that you had last week before our match? And she goes, like they just wanted to introduce themselves to me. It's nothing much. Like, don't worry about it. And Layla asks if Maria's going to be at ringside, and Kanellis and Ellering both say they're going to be at ringside for this match. So it's very nice that it seems that Layla is having some friends, and you have people fighting over her now. Really, really nice to see. Next, we had Emi Sakura versus Trish Adora, and this match was really good. Like I said last week, I do want them to keep using Sakura on TV weekly because it gives her the reps that she needs as well as the TV practice. And if you're not really going to use her on AEW, come join us in Ring of Honor. Adora is also someone who is very underutilized within the Ring of Honor women's division, and I actually cannot wait to see Adora really shine in 2024, especially if Starkz is going to win the title. Like, her and Starkz can put on a really good match. So Emi Sakura wins, but this was a good one, so go watch it. I liked it. Next, we had Layla Hirsch versus Heather Reckless, and this wasn't a total squash because Reckless had some offense, but like we said, both Rachel Ellering and Maria Kanellis were both at ringside, and they went to go celebrate with Layla as she walks out of the ring. And she was talking to Maria, she was talking to Rachel, and she is going to have to make a choice at some point, whether it be her siding with Maria or whether it be her siding with Rachel. I think there's more in the story of her siding with Maria and them both turning on Rachel than her and Rachel kind of being together, but you never really know what Ring of Honor is going to do, so I guess we'll just wait and see for that one. Next, we had Willie Mack versus Robert Anthony. It's always nice to see Willie Mack in Ring of Honor. This was a squash. I'm actually kind of shocked. I think Willie Mack is going to be one of the participants in that six-way TV eliminator, or six-way match final battle for the TV title. So next we have Marina Shafir versus Billie Starkz, and I am one to say this was Marina Shafir's best match in Ring of Honor. She held her own with Starkz, and she has improved in the ring so much since signing with AEW a couple years ago. I know a lot of people were not very high on that signing, but she definitely proved herself here. This match also got a lot of time, which shows you how much like the Ring of Honor women's division is carrying the Ring of Honor TV show, because I think we saw 4 or 5 women's matches, which is something you don't get on any other programming you watch during the week if you're watching wrestling. So this was really nice to see. And Starkz, a little bit of a hinting of a heel turn. She gets the win. She beats down Marina Shafir to prove her new dominance, and this led to a segment for the ages. So, Athena's music hits, and Athena and Lexi Nair come out to approach Billie Starkz. Lexi is wearing a cap and gown and gifts Starkz with one as well. Athena welcomes the crowd to the MIT graduation ceremony and begins to talk about the valedictorian. She says this person, when she first met her, absolutely sucked and is now a lot tougher, and she has changed Athena's life. The valedictorian is none other than Lexi Nair, as Stark seems very disappointed by this. She thanks her mom and Athena for all of their support, and then officially becomes Minion number Bestie, which is the highest Minion honor. The ceremony concludes as Billie screams, "What about me?" which Athena claims today was not Nair's moment. Or today was Nair's moment, it was not Billie's. They exit the ring and walk up the ramp as Starkz attacks Athena and says that she has done everything she has wanted and is still not recognized. She grabs the Ring of Honor Women's title and raises it high in the air as Athena laughs. This is how you make a star, folks. Off the final battle we go. This was absolutely amazing. And I think, there's not a lot of people that watch Ring of Honor every week, but if you went on Twitter literally when this segment aired, everyone was talking about the Athena Billie Starkz match. Everyone was talking about this segment. This is how you get a star over. And I'm so excited. This match is going to be absolutely insane, and it better main event because they deserve it. Next, we had one of 2 TV title eliminators. So we had Evil Uno versus Dalton Castle, and -1 actually came out with Evil Uno, which I was really happy to see. I was shocked this match got a lot of time because I figured with kind of the direction they're going with Castle, he would just dominate the entire match, but I was wrong. I also would not mind seeing Uno more in Ring of Honor, especially since they're doing like the being the Dark Order type of thing. So I think it'd be interesting if we saw kind of like a behind the scenes of Ring of Honor instead of just seeing behind the scenes of Dynamite. And if they're not using the Dark Order on Dynamite or Rampage, might as well use them on Collision and Ring of Honor instead. And Castle gets to win here, and he punches his shot to his 6-way match in Texas, which I do believe he is going to win. And if he doesn't win, I really don't know what we're doing anymore. Next, we had a Tony Khan announcement. We never get those on this programming. Tony Khan hypes up Final Battle and congratulates Lexi on graduating from MIT. Starkz interrupts and says she does not understand how she has a 4.6 GPA and did not graduate from MIT, and she calls her shot against Athena. Tony says that he doesn't control who graduates MIT, but since Billie is on a 9-match singles run streak, meaning that she has won 9 singles matches in a row, she proves that she deserves the match, and at the pay-per-view, it will officially be Athena versus Billie Starkz as Lexi looks on terrified. Now, the crowning moment here is going to be if Lexi helps Billie win the match in Final Battle. It would just make so much sense. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would just the whole storyline just circle together. And I saw this on Twitter actually. Someone tweeted last night that they should just put a compilation of all the MIT training vignettes that they did and everything leading up to this match on YouTube just for people to watch it, because we all know like not a lot of people watch Ring of Honor, and they should get familiar with this because this was really, really good. So yay! Next, we had Brandon Cutler and Colt Cabana versus GPA and Trevor Outlaw. This was more of a comedic match, and they kept taunting their opponents. They won. I mean, I guess I have nothing for Cutler and Cabana to do, so why not? Next, we had the second TV title eliminator, which was Gringo Loco versus Commander, and I really thought Loco deserved this more than Commander just because every time Loco comes into Ring of Honor, he puts on really good matches, and I just felt like he deserved a little bit more. I liked Castle Nuno better. I wasn't really the biggest fan of this match, but Commander wins, and there's 4 spots remaining, and I'm intrigued to see who else is going to fill those spots. Like I said, I definitely think Willie Mack is going to fill a spot. And before this next segment, I had figured that Tony Nese and Ethan Page were going to fill the other 2 spots, but I was wrong. So we have a Tony Nese promo, and Mark Sterling says that since he has a manager license, he needs to be at ringside for his client's match. Page comes out and says that he is tired of Nese trying to sneak around and get the better hand at his matches. Jerry Lynn, who is a board of director, in case we all forgot this, because they seem to never really do anything with the board of directors unless it's something really important. Jerry Lynn says that Page will get his rubber match and Sterling will be allowed at ringside. However, he will be handcuffed to the post so he does not get involved in the match. So they were kind of hinting on commentary that this match was going to be a final battle, which, like I said, very confused because I thought the 2 of them would be in the 6-way match. So I don't know if maybe they're going to sign that contract and on the go home Ring of Honor, then they'll have the match and then the winner gets that final shot in the TV title match. Don't really know, but intrigued to see where this goes. Next, we had LFI versus the Spanish Announce Project, and this was just really a recurring issue on the episode is that we have so many great tag teams, but we have no tag team titles to fight over. They seem to be putting LFI on both Ring of Honor and Collision, and Rush is in the Continental Classic, and I forget if he has any points, but I know he is putting on really good matches. So it looks like they are trying to push them. So hopefully they do something here and they fix the tag team title problem. Next, we had the debut of Nyla Rose versus Zoe Lynn. Yay for Nyla Rose coming to Ring of Honor. Boo for this being another squash match. Next, we had the Iron Savages versus the Butcher and Blade, and I'm very happy that my first inside scoop was confirmed in this match. So in case you guys did not see, I actually confirmed that Butcher and Blade were still signed to AEW with me speaking to their agent. So yay for that, and they won, so even better. Like I said, common theme with the episode, fix the tag team title pictures because these teams are fighting for no apparent reason. And I am happy Butcher and Blade won. I wouldn't mind seeing them with the run with the tag team titles either. Next, we had our main event, which should not have main evented. We had Brian Cage versus Action Andretti, and to me, this was so random. Like, if you were gonna have that big blow off with the graduation with the Starks finally turning on Athena, I felt like that deserved like the last segment on the episode. And the only way that I could see this potentially main eventing is if the Mongol Embassy is gonna face Top Flight and Action Andretti at Final Battle, and then like they're going to win the 6-man titles. But if we're not going in that direction, this absolutely made no sense. Prince Nana helped Brian Cage get the win. And that concludes our episode number 40 of Ring of Honor. This was really the best Ring of Honor episode in a really long time. Funny what storylines can do on an episode. Isn't that crazy? Thank you, Tony Khan, for finally listening to me. And I feel like Final Battle is going to be a really good pay-per-view. We're off to a better start than we were in July. We have some matches announced now. So now it's just a matter of building to that and seeing what the rest of the card's going to be. And that is it for me. And thank you all for watching. And I will see you guys next week when we review episode number 41.